Our next speaker this evening is the chairman and CEO of Ortholine Incorporated. His name is Eric Timko. Again, another great friend of the Spetzlers. Eric and his wife Alicia have enjoyed the Spetzlers' friendship for years. And Eric says he really appreciates the things that he has learned over the years from the Spetzlers. For example, the Spetzlers, along with the Hopkins, have taught Eric the name of every wildflower in the Grand Tetons. He says he doesn't remember any of them, so he takes the liberty of making up his own names. He has also learned that a walk in the park has a very different meaning when you visit the Spetzlers' home. That usually means a rim to rim to rim to rim, maybe in the Grand Canyon. Please welcome Eric Timko.
Oh boy. So a couple disclaimers before I start. The first disclaimer is if Robert is the #1 most decent guy you know, I think I'm a damn close second. Fair? All right. The other thing is I'd like to say this is older, wise neurosurgeon years ago told me he only makes fun of the people he cares about. Damn, he cares about me. Thank you, Robert. So first off, it's an honor and a privilege to be here. Alicia and I flew in from Minneapolis and thrilled to see so many different people that we haven't seen in years, and just an honor to say a few words at Robert Palooza 2017. Who needs slides? There they go. So I'm going to put up just a couple slides, and I want you to notice the smile on Robert's face. It never changes. It's always ear to ear. The guy is always happy, right? And that's what I love about Robert, even when he's singing rap on the bottom right corner with his head to the side. So the only person I know that deserves a 5-day celebration more than Robert is, of course, Nancy. So I would like to say a round of applause. You're the best. The other thing I need to say is I didn't get the memo. I kind of confused Gala and roast. I went to Kent State, which is kind of called the Harvard of Ohio, a little different, right? So full disclosure, a couple things are going to happen in this talk that I may want to regret, and if you ever retire again, I am positive I'm not speaking. So long story short, I intended to borrow one of Robert's Speedos. When Robert gets in the hot tub in the mornings with us and we drink single malts, he always wears a blue Speedo. And I thought, I was going to wear a Robert Speedo tonight, just that, and present to the crowd. How cool would that be, right? So, of course, my first call was to Nancy. Nancy, I'm thinking about wearing Robert's blue Speedo. Would you mind if I wear Robert's blue Speedo? She lit up. Oh, my God, I think that would be incredible. Awesome. But then I spoke to my inner conscience. My inner conscience, I carry him with me, I speak to him all the time. And I looked at my inner conscience, and he said, naturally, Eric, that's a bad idea. So here's the deal. I took Robert's Speedo, that blue Speedo, and made it into this blue bow tie, right? Now, if any of you have seen Robert busting out of that stinking Speedo, there is not enough material for the handkerchief or the pocket square, so I'm a little bit shy of a load here. Anyways, in order to get serious, which I always intend to do, Volker called me up and said something. I had no idea what it was. No idea. So I did what any guy would do. I called Nancy. And she said, we would like you to say something about Robert's contribution to industry. And my first thought was, it's like NASCAR. He's got stickers galore on his cars. But then I thought, and I took it a little bit deeper. I met Robert and Nancy in 2000. I was working with Zeiss. During our first meeting, we went to dinner. It was Carl O'Connell, Robert, Nancy, and myself. The first thing we wanted to do is we wanted to establish a relationship with Robert and Nancy, of course, but that was both business and professional. We wanted this relationship to last a long time. We knew that this guy could take Zeiss and many other companies, quite frankly, to higher places, which he did. The most important thing I'm proud of is that that relationship has remained so personal and so fun and so interesting for those 17 years. We've got police chases, we've got all things that we won't talk about, but anyways. Secondly, he said to me, would you join Nancy and I on this little hike we do across the Grand Canyon? So my guy, Carl O'Connell, who's back here, he was Olympic decathlete. He competed against Dan and Dave for Ireland. He did 10 things with a potato better than anybody else on the planet, right? We got back to the hotel after dinner that night and said, how can we not kick this old guy's butt? Well, we were wrong. And at this point, I'd like to give a shout out to Bertram. Where's Bertram? Bertram's right there. Bertram is the Spetzler that saved my life. Not Robert, but Bertram. I might have had a little bit of an episode in the canyon. I might have thrown up. I might have had stuff all over me. And then there's Bertram. Bertram held my hair when I had it. He whispered in my ear, you can make it, you can make it. And then, as Christina Spetzler was stepping over top of me to get out, he said, ignore her, she's a Spetzler. Anyways, 17 years later, I'm still trying to beat Robert out of the stinking canyon, and this could be the year. So we all know, and I love the clock, but it's not working for me. We all know that Robert has thousands and thousands of patients that he has affected personally. We all know the teaching and the training and the research this guy has done. It's incredible. But what I will tell you that many people in this room don't know is he has affected so many people by his contributions to industry. What he's done, what he's committed, what he's used with his mind, his brilliance, and actually his charm, because when things aren't going his way, he's got this uncanny way of saying, it kind of sucks, make it better, but he's got that big old smile. And I don't know how he does it, but he does it just right. So his relentless pursuit of perfection, his commitment to making things better has had a drastic effect on patient care, whether it's microscopy, whether it's instrumentation, whether it's technique. Robert has changed the game, not only in neurosurgery, but other applications around the world. So I'm going to go to 2 slides. Lawton. My gosh, congratulations, Michael. So well deserved, right? Great friend. I've known Michael throughout a long time. The one thing I would say is, you know, the CEO leaves something in the desk for the incoming CEO. The last guy I worked for, he left some stuff I don't want to talk about. But anyways, I guarantee you Robert has left things for Michael that he will care about for a long, long time. But I guarantee you he left that comb in there too, because that's his favorite possession. So he's combing that hair. There's 3 things that stick with me as I close of Robert. First of all, how wonderful and gracious your family has been to me and to so many. Second, we've had many lattes and many single malts, and I will tell you that when we sit in a hot tub or we drink a single malt at a bar or we do whatever sitting in a restaurant, it's never about the Spetzlers. It's always about, tell me about you, tell me about your family, tell me about your kids, tell me about the things that are important to you, and how can I help you? And the third thing is, and finally, the most important, your love and dedication to that woman to your left is the most important thing that I've ever seen from you, and that's incredible. And I thank you. Your park bench awaits for you. This is at the south rim of the Grand Canyon. The only thing I would tell you is this year I'm kicking your ass, and I'll be sitting right there before you get there. Thank you.
Aren't you all doing that in the next couple days? Are you doing the great like tomorrow morning? What time are you? Oh, so you get a day off. Spetzler Palooza. I like that name.